How you doing? We're out winter midge fishing. And what I want to talk to you about is just simplifying winter midging. It's really amazing to me how many misconceptions there are about winter fishing and some of the things that you can do that'll help you. It's hardly winter right now. It's February 4th or something, but it's 37 degrees out, so it's hardly real hardcore winter. But there's still some things I want to go over that'll make your day, if it is colder, that will probably make it a little bit more pleasant to be out here. First and foremost, obviously, winter clothes. I like dark colors, mostly because I contrast. It makes me look really good. No, not true. In the winter, you're not going to have really good winter midge fishing unless you've got some sort of temperature or light. You know, and one of the things about dark clothes, they absorb the light. It's a lot easier to stay warm. And just starting from the top, I mean, coat, layer, obviously all that stuff. But here's something I want to show you that I've been doing since I was guiding as a kid. And it's a thing that amazes me, because one thing I'm going to tell you is that I've still yet to see a really good glove. My personal opinion, if you wear fingerless gloves, you're only half your hands cold. I don't wear gloves until I absolutely have to, and then I just put on a glove and get my hands warm, but I seldom will fish with a glove. This is the single best tool I've got. I keep this thing in my waders right here. When I get a fish, I wipe my hands off, get them nice and dry. Once this thing gets all gooey, then I just hang it on my, outside here so it's not inside. But this, I think, is one of my best tricks as far as keeping my hands warm. Second is just obviously the layer thing underneath, under your waders. But another thing that's really overlooked, and it's amazing to me how often people complain about it, and it's just now we're getting to a point where we have a new tool, and it's your wading boot. Wading in the winter is dangerous. You want the grip, but you don't want felt, because as soon as you walk in the water, you walk out here, and you're suddenly building up this high if you get your feet wet. And what I've got on here, I'll show you, is I've got foot tractors from, still got stuff on them. They're foot tractors from Patagonia, and what they are is they're metal bars and they're rubber bottom. I can tell you that none of us here have worn anything but that, I don't think, in 2 years, maybe 3 now. For winter fishing, absolutely the best product that's come out in the last 25 years. You're not going to get the buildup. I had a really good friend, Dr. Johnson, kicking these things off, fell over trying to get the stuff off and broke his wrist. The most radical one I've ever seen, but it's still a pain. This is a much better grip, much better when you're wading. So, towel, gloves, whatever you like. The foot tractors, I think, are you don't hear me selling stuff like that very often. This is the best tool I know of for getting out and being safe. Rods, reels, lines, all that stuff. I prefer a 9-foot 4-weight. And as people say, they want a 5-weight, a little bit more. You got a size 20, 18 fly. The 4-weight is great. You get a nice light shock absorber for the light tippet. Usually running 4 or 5X. Some people run 6. And by the way, midge does not mean small. Midge is just a type of bug, which is most prolific, which is not hatching right now, which I was hoping would. But I like a 9-foot 4-weight, just a medium action rod. I'm going to fish dry flies on light tippets. So, when it comes to the flies, down, the equipment proper, that's the beauty of winter midge fishing. That's all there is. It's not like you're going to run into 15 different hatches while you're out here. You're going to midge fish. That's what's the most prolific thing in the system, basically the only thing in the system this time of year. And so you can keep it really simple. I've got 2 fly boxes. This is one this is just a little demo sale box that we have at the shop. And it's got like 6 to 8 flies in it. That's all you need. You're going to get to the river, and basically you're going to have midges in the morning. They're going to pupate in the mid-morning, anywhere from 11 to 1, sometimes later. And then you're going to have your adult. It's not complicated. You don't have to overthink this. You don't have to have 500 different bugs with you. I'm going to reach in here, and I'm going to pick one of 2 or 3 basic midge larvae. That's all you need. right? You don't have to have 20 different styles. Personally, I fish a 3-dip 95% of the time. I'm gonna have a red, a black, and maybe a burgundy or purple or something like that. But that's about all you're gonna need. Then the dry fly, I basically fish one fly, a goober midge. That's just me. You know, you find a stillborn midge or something you like, a Griffith's gnat, you have 2 or 3 flies. The fish are not being pressured, and they usually will eat pretty much anything that gets a good drift over. So other than that, all I have with me is I've got 2 spools. I got a spool of 5X and a spool of 4X. I start with a 9-foot 4X leader to start, and I actually fish 4X fluoro. And I know that's contrary, where even when I'm fishing my dries, it sinks just a little bit. I stalk my fish and make a really short cast. It doesn't sink my fly, but it breaks through the surface film and takes all the reflection away from the line. But basically, I'm going to start with just the 9-foot 4X, and that's it. If you want to add to 5, and I know there's people out there going, oh my God, I got to fish 7X. Try going heavier. You know, they're not really pressured this time of the year in most places. Some tailwaters, they get a little beat up. People think they have to go really light on their tippet. I don't find that to be the case, especially here. So 9-foot 4X, a spool of 5X. I got a nymph with me, so I've got a little thing of split shot. And then if they ever do cooperate and get their heads out of the water, of course I've got some dry fly floating with me. But another really, really important thing in the winter, when it's really cold, pinch your barbs. No matter what. It's nothing to do with releasing the fish. Well, it is. It's to do with not having to handle them and mess with them and getting your hands even more wet and more cold. If you can just reach down and pop them, you shouldn't be throwing them around and holding them too much. It's cold. They don't have as much energy as they normally would. And so if you can get the fly out really quick, it'll just help you get fishing again and not have to touch the fish. It's better for both of you. So with that said, I'm going to step out here and catch a fish on cue, right? Maybe not. We'll see. Dog, it helps. All right, put on 2 midges. What I was saying is, because I don't have a barb in that thing, little baby, I don't have a barb in it, I don't have to mess with it taking the fly out. There's nothing eating on top. I thought there would be, so I got a pair of midges. I've got 2 3-dips on, 1 B-shot. We're going to be looking for water that's really soft. That's critical for winter fishing. Midges aren't out in that fast water right now. The fish aren't expending energy out there. They're looking for these soft pockets. So when you go out, don't just fish everything out there. Look for a specific style of water. It's really soft. They're close to faster water, so all those fish are slid over into it. Okay, I've made 4 casts through this run, and I haven't got another hit. With most nymph fishing, the difference between a great day and a moderate day is about 6 inches deeper in the water column. There's nothing moving on the surface. I'm not seeing anything, so that tells me the bugs are still located close to bottom. So I'm going to add, and this is so critical, add another split shot. Don't be afraid to lose flies. I'm telling you, the difference between a really great day and a moderate day is almost always one more shot, getting your fly a little bit closer to the bottom. Right where they're feeding. Took 3 casts. I thought it would only take 1. The difference is simple. I just put another split shot on. And then took 3 casts. And it already runs through there. I have to snap 4 or 5 times like this. Again, no barb on the hook, so it just comes out. Gets away, just have Eddie chew on him. Towel. Like I said, it's not that cold today, but it really helps. If you like using nets, obviously it's a lot easier and you don't have to get your hands wet at all. I don't use them very often, so I'm always reaching in there, and that's why the towel is so important. To have a dog that helps, not hurts. Okay, so like I said, it's just that simple. We've only been out here a little while. Nice rainbows pretty much all right now. Browns are all post-spawn. A lot of rainbows. I hope those help you out. Nothing too complicated, just some simple tricks like a towel. Small box of flies, don't need a lot. Get your flies close to the bottom if you're not seeing them on top. Hope that helps you out.